What's up, guys? Just got done training and I wanted to, in this video, talk a little bit about some of the things that have been going on with the business the last couple of months. So I'm working on starting up my own martial arts program, and I moved down here to Florida back in June, around the middle of June, and it is now the beginning of September. So it's been almost 3 months that I've been here, and I wanted to give a little bit of a timeline of what's kind of happened over the last couple of months. So when I was preparing to come down here, I really started going heavy in prep back in January, like as soon as the new year hit pretty much. And off of some of the preliminary research that I did, my initial plan was, I actually found out there was a program through the city of Orlando where they would hire me as an independent contractor to teach my program out of some of their local community centers. As long as it gelled with the schedule, they would help to promote it, and I would be able to keep 70% of what came in. So I would just have to give them 30, which I thought was a pretty good deal because I wouldn't be stuck with a big commercial rent or lease. So I wouldn't really have to worry about that. I wouldn't have that liability. And then as the program grew and I got more students, then I could grow out of the community centers and get my own place when I was in a little bit of a more stable position. So that was the initial plan. And I actually came down here in April. I was doing an event, running a booth at one of the YMCAs that you guys have heard about a little bit. And I actually met with the director of youth programs for the city of Orlando. We talked about that program and the steps that I needed to take in order to get that going and get everything set up. So I went back and I did the things that I needed to get that set up. I reached out to some of the individual community centers. But then I got down here and I realized that the community centers were a little bit further than I had anticipated, so I hadn't gone that deep into where exactly they were going to be in relation to where I am. And I also realized they weren't in the type of areas with the clientele that I want to serve. I want to provide a premium service. And yes, while I'm starting off, I'm going to be offering things for free, offering things at discounted rates, of course, because I need to build my reputation. But I want to make sure that the people that I'm serving have the means to afford the premium service that I'm planning on offering. So it wasn't quite gonna gel, so I did have to make a pivot, and that's what I'm gonna talk about with you guys next. So the initial pivot from the community center classes was moving in the direction of working with some more local businesses to rent out some space from them. So still, instead of signing a big commercial lease and committing to that, having some sort of agreement where I would give them a percentage of what I was bringing in order to have the space on their schedule and in their facility. So I did a bunch of reach outs and I got a little bit of traction. I had 2 places that I did get to meet with. I was really looking for like a gymnastics gym or dance studio, something like that. And I had 2 places that I connected with, I met with, and we started to get the ball rolling and see what that could look like. At the same time, I was still trying to connect with local private schools, public schools, and some other organizations to start being a part of after-school programs to generate the buzz and the reputation that I needed to get people into the normal class schedule. I also experimented a little bit with running some ads. But overall, I was not getting the reaction that I wanted. I wasn't getting the connections that I wanted. I really wasn't just getting any traction at all. So I didn't think it made sense to go into one of these agreements with a business without really any students or any leads to get into the classes. So that brings me to the next pivot that I made, which is what I'm currently doing now, and we'll touch on that next. So what am I up to now? So now, after making a few of these pivots, I figured out that what I need to do is just get my name and me out into the community as much as I can. I need to be in front of as many people as I can. I need people to know about who I am and what I do and the impact that I can make on them and the community as a whole. So what I've been doing is just reaching out to as many people as I can, whether that's schools, whether that's individuals, whether that's Cub Scout groups, like literally just anyone that I can. I'm reaching out to, offering free stuff. The main thing right now that I'm offering is a free bully awareness event. So I have a 60-minute version and then a 15-minute version to make it a little bit easier for them to say yes and for them to work in, depending on the organization. But I'm just trying to offer that to as many people as I can and get myself the opportunities to get in front of people. I had the Healthy Family Day that I was able to do that came about a couple of weeks ago. I have a self-defense class that I'm teaching in a couple of weeks, so I'm starting to get some traction there, but I need to just get people to know who I am and what I can do, and I need those opportunities to get out in front of people. Once I have those opportunities to get out in front of people, I know that that's going to roll into some other opportunities where I can start to really get this business going, start teaching classes consistently, and get myself out there even more. So that's where I'm at right now. It's a ton of reaching out. Honestly, it's a ton of rejection. Like it's not even rejection, I'm getting some no's, but for the most part, I'm not getting responses. Like people just aren't saying anything back, which is part of the game. I get it. It's definitely frustrating. It's definitely upsetting. And that's something that I'm having to manage and work through, but I'm just going to keep going. Like I'm emailing, I'm calling, I'm messaging, I'm talking to people in person and trying to build relationships and make connections. And I tend to be not the most patient person. So waiting and doing this methodically over time is not exactly in my wheelhouse, but it's a skill that I'm practicing. It's something that I'm forcing myself to get better at, and it's working. I'm getting traction. I'm getting myself known in the community, and I'm slowly starting to get some of these opportunities. So I just know I need to keep grinding. I need to keep pushing. I need to keep getting myself out there as much as I can, and eventually that will come back around and that will pay off, and we're going to start blowing up.